Is there anything harder than introducing a challenge run in a video game as someone who doesn't upload often to YouTube in this exact voice and cadence? Yes. Beating Balatro without repeating hands. So what I mean by that is I wanted to see if it was possible to go through the entire game without repeating a single hand. That means throughout the entire duration of going through ante 1 to 8, you can't play a pair twice. And it's not per round, just the entire time. I'll show you guys what I mean here in a sec. Now again, I just wanted to see if this was possible, so we're just doing it on base difficulty. Balatro is a game of, if you play it long enough, you'll get lucky. And eventually, I'm sure this can be beaten on gold stake for whatever deck. I putzed around with a couple of different decks. Yellow deck took me a really long time. I thought the $10 at the start would be really helpful. Tried Ghost deck, tried Abandon deck, Checker deck too. But I found that black deck kind of had the best payoff with the extra Joker slot, just because the -1 hand every round doesn't really matter if you're only playing 8 to 9 hands throughout the entire run. Get started on this. Now, number one thing you want to look for if you're trying to do this is the Mega Arcana pack here as one of your tags on your first ante, just because, oh look, we got a Judgment. You get a Joker, and that's going to allow you to get through the first boss blind. On the Hermit here, now we're looking for straights. That's the only thing our Joker benefits, and we got one in the first hand. And again, what I mean by this is these numbers here will never come above 1. There are, of course, the secret hands like the Flush House and the 5 of a kind and so on. But right now, we're pretty much limited to these because we haven't altered the deck at all. And in total, there are 13 different hands. However, a Straight Flush and a Royal Flush do count as the same hand when it comes to this ticker. So we're actually just down to 12, which means, in theory, you could play 4 of the individual rounds in between the boss blinds. But I like to have more options available to me at any time. And of course, skipping all of these antes are going to get you a lot of good tags in the shop and all these other bonuses like these 2 common jokers we just picked up. Mail-in rebate will kind of come up the to-do list. It's not really going to be that impactful for what we're trying to do here. So for this one, we're just trying to find 5s, get that mail-in rebate working, get our bread up. And we're just going to play a single high card, get our most out of Wrathful Joker. Oh, you know what? The to-do list did come up. Look at that. Well, it changes every time, and most of the runs it has a bit of high card. Alrighty, so now, by you, go here, use this to, as I said before, get our bread up. And we can sell you. Get our High Priestess going. Now, this isn't the most optimized version of even this seed. For example, I don't think I even play a 4 of a kind throughout here, but I'm just using it. Other people could take this exact seed and make it way more winded down, way more streamlined. But you know what? That's not what we're here about today. The only thing that is a little more optimized is in the later plays. I'm not just re-rolling senselessly. You don't have to worry about the boss blind. Haven't played any cards this ante. Get the full bonus off of Wrathful. And we're already on to ante 4. Gotta go into this Arcana pack and pick up this World card. Just to kind of have it stored. Just in case something like, I don't know, the Fool card were to come up. We'll pick up Jolly, just because a couple of the hand types that we have left do contain pairs. 3 of a kind, 2 pair, Full House. So it can come up and help there. And then we're at Campfire. And Campfire is probably one of the most important jokers for our mid game. getting a nice mult like this early on is going to be super helpful. And since we're pretty much done with our straights, we can get rid of Devious and pick up and use our full card. So right now we're just at 1.5x mult. You could keep going if you wanted to. Try to get more to just make sure that you clear these. And you know what? I'll do it. I'll sell you. But I don't think it'll be super necessary. Here, we're going to play our first secret hand of the run. With our flush house. That full bonus off of Wrathful. Get in a little kicker from Jolly. And Scary Face gets on the board here too. And it really looks like that last Joker was not necessary at all to sell. Now this is probably our biggest shop. So, sell you. This up, and then we get the blackboard with the times 3. It's gonna be super big for us. Same here. The shortcut is going to be important as a secret Mouska tool that we can use for later. We can sell our Scary Face, buy our blueprint, and right now, I like to get my campfire up to about times 3, so it doesn't really matter where I'm going to be putting blueprint for right now. And then, just as long as we have it, I'm going to buy the Priestess just so we have these two so we can start getting campfire cooked up for the next ante. And we can play our 2 pair. Definitely a lot of luck with the amount of times that Blackboard is still active without me really having to waste even more discards. But we'll take all the luck we can get. Sell this, buy our Sun card, and then we're just gonna keep re-rolling until, again, we get campfire up to 3. Skip this and get our bread up. 2. Now, all we have to do is turn these 2 into hearts. Shortcut's going to come in, allow us to play our straight flush. And Blackboard is going to still proc because we only have spades left. We should be able to easily clear this. Get our bread up, as it were. Now we can sell this, and we can sell this. Buy that, just to have it. Now, I like to just use these in-between rounds just to make sure the campfire gets up to 3.5 is fine, really. And these 2 are, again, well, obviously Brainstorm is more important. Popcorn's just nice to have. But having Brainstorm up here, so we can have Blueprint copy it, so that we can have that copy Campfire, so it's just 3x, 3.5x mult, 3.5x, 3.5x mult. And I like this orientation here. Get in here, get in a lot of levels on straight, which we don't need because we've already played that. Just showing again, none of these have been played twice. Garden. And we play our first 3 of a kind throughout the run. Just wanted to keep the moon card around just in case we didn't end up cracking over that barrier. I think the first time I did this, obviously right now we didn't need it, so we can just sell that at the start of this round. Now, I do like to keep this death card around, just in case. We have to make sure that blackboard can proc. You could buy Mr. Bones here. The problem that I found with that is going through this, you'd still have to play these 3 hands. So you'd have to go 4 of a kind, full house, and a pair. Obviously, you would meet the point requirements at that time. But I think it's easier just to try to clear it 1 out of the park and use an extra Joker slot just to get your mults up. Keep rolling. Now again, we're just gonna go all the way down to we're out of money. This is more of a proof of concept run, just trying to see, hey, is this even possible? Of course it is. That's why you guys are watching the video. Now this is where the run got a little bit more optimized. I believe the first time that I did this, I had to spend an extra hand to flip and shuffle all the Joker cards, but as you guys saw me put in the seed, I will of course know where these go. Here, here, go there, and this will go here. Now we're just going to try to turn on blackboard. That. Again, we're going to play a pair here. Blackboard's online. We should be good to go. There you go. Beat it without repeating a single hand type. So we played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 exactly. As far as how the scaling goes for this and gold stake, I'm sure it can be done. It's going to take a hell of a lot longer than the amount of time it took me to get this done on basic no stake. And I wish you all the best because I'm not putting myself through that. And have a good rest of your day, everybody.